from Calgary, and we have Vancouver. Am I saying that? I feel like I'm saying everything wrong today. I hope I'm saying Michigan. Okay, Quebec, North Carolina. Awesome, awesome. Okay, I'm just going to check YouTube to make sure it's showing up because sometimes it doesn't work, and then we'll get started. Of course, it is not showing up as I would like because how can I not have what do you call it? Technical difficulties. Okay, is it working? I don't know. It's saying that, oh, somebody's there right now, so hopefully that means it's working and we are live. Yeah, it's saying that, hello from Pennsylvania. Hello! Okay, great. We are rocking and rolling. Okay, so first of all, I just want to say, about to read where everybody's from. I'm here in upstate New York where it is fall. I mean, like, it might be even nearing the peak of the season, but we have people from New Zealand, Farmingdale, New York. Great. From New Jersey. Hi, Jacqueline. Miriam from Portland, UK. Pam, you're still awake. Take a nap. Come back again. It's too early for you. I feel like it's like almost midnight there, right? Loretta says, welcome back, Joy. Hope you are recovered. I am getting there. I have forgotten that it's strange because I thought I'd just like bounce back, but things happen at different times now, and so I guess I'm not bouncing back as fast, but I'm here and I'm ready to paint. So I'm super excited to have you join me. Oh, weird. Look at this. Like, I moved some stuff around, and so I'm getting distracted, but I will focus. Hello from Glenville, New York. That's not far, Lynn. Are you close to me? I'm in Albany. All right. Well, first of all, those of you in YouTube, I won't be able to interact with you until after, so I'm sorry about that. And those of you that are here on Zoom, I can't get my virtual camera to work, and so you won't be able to see me while we're doing the work, but you will after if you watch the recording. All right, so the link to the PDF is, I believe, I gotta send it to myself. Have you ever sent things to yourself? Like, I send things to myself all the time. I feel like I'm always emailing myself things. Let's see. Hopefully it works. So my face won't show on this Zoom call. I said that. And I'm super excited about this particular artist, Paul Klee. Oh my goodness. Hopefully my PDF will open. I've just like, at this time or juncture in my life, I've accepted that some things are just not going to work all the time, and it's okay, you know? Let's see. And thank you so much for being here when I know it's a change of time. And so I really appreciate it. I really appreciate that you are here hanging out with me. Okay, I also want to say thank you to the following folks. Riz, Jean, Lisa, Miss Katz, Christine, Janine, Heather, and those of you that want to stay anonymous, thank you so much for helping with Painting with Joy. This always helps with our administration cost and so on. So I really, truly am grateful. All right, so we'll get going here, and we'll talk a little bit about Paul Klee. Jessica says this time works even better. Oh, that's great. Yeah, I really wanted to make sure that it's just life changes, and so what does one do? You just keep moving forward. All right. This is not backwards for you. You can see it okay? I'm going to turn this light on. And there might be a little ring, so I'll move it. There you go. all good. Great. Thank you, Margaret. Okay. So, of course, all of my art supplies I've had to put away at a different spot because when the chandelier fell, it knocked a lot of the supplies away. And so, what can one do? It's so funny. Have you ever heard of that chandelier song? The Sia song about chandelier? I was singing that to my children. I was like, and they thought, as usual, Mom, what are you talking about? But anyway, so I was really, hopefully those of you, I've been trying really hard to start adding homework before the sessions. Is that helping people? I find that looking at some of the things before the sessions have been really great for me in studying some of the artists, and the links there, it was so cool. I think Cheryl sent a link to the diaries or the journals of Paul Klee, and this one is the diaries of Paul Klee. And yeah, okay, so Jessica says, I prefer the research ahead of time, and thank you for sending the artist studies. Yeah, the videos are really fascinating for sure. And I just love the way he, his playfulness and his marriage between, the what is it called? The illustration and the painting. I thought that was really interesting. I got this book from a used bookstore. And it's so cool when the person, and I don't know if you feel this way, but when the person before you or before me, like makes marks and notes ahead of time. So, you're like, oh, I should look at that page. So whoever did this or read this book, look, they took a lot of notes for me. So that was really, really cool. Yes, Jennifer, combination of cubism and children's art for sure. So as I was reading through, I didn't read a lot of the book yet, but I read a lot of the notes. But there's a lot of artist struggle, and I feel like all of us have gone through the same thing. I don't know. I know for me, sometimes it's like, I don't know, am I doing the right thing? Am I working on the right stuff? So I thought that was interesting. Whoever took notes on this, I really... Wherever you are, thank you for tucking it into the book. It's like a little treasure. Has that ever happened to anybody when they buy something and then you open it and there's like something else in there? It's so cool. All right, so a little bit about Paul. I just, if you did not get a chance to read or look over the work, the homework beforehand, definitely check out the Met one, and then check out because that shows all of his paintings. Well, not all, a lot of his paintings. And then the Centrum, I hope I said that right, that has like his life's work. But I did promise Dominique that I was going to correct myself, and somebody else mentioned it. I linked to the wrong name, and it's supposed to be, the picture was the dome. It says, it is the Dome of the Invalids, where you can find the tomb of Napoleon I. It's the War Museum. So I just wanted to also say that because I didn't want to, I didn't have a chance to fix it onto the page there. All right. So here's our first one. I love this one, and it speaks to me because I love how, me and looseness, and I thought this would be a great warm-up for us. And so let's start. Just find yourself a page. Oh, good. It's not shiny. I was hoping that it wasn't going to make a glare with all of this new lighting. So what am I using today? I am using a flat brush just to try it out because I usually like using rounds. I have my watercolors just because trying something new sometimes can be daunting. So I'm feeling like when it's fall, I want to be warm and cozy. So I like to go back to the things that feel comfortable for me. Summer feels like more of an adventure, like a perfect time to experiment. Winter months and these type of times for me, I tend to go for what's more comfortable, and that's just my personality. I don't know what you like to do, but I love to do that. All right, so we're gonna start, and you don't have to do the whole thing. I'm just gonna use it as a warm up. I have water here, and of course I forgot tissue, but that's okay. And what I'm gonna do is we're just gonna jump in. What is standing out to me in what he's making or he made here is just the marks, like the bleeding, the play. So that's what we're gonna be doing. And I love how Clay, like you'll see, he'll sign his name in the weirdest spots, right? I don't know if you noticed that when looking at some of his work. So we're gonna do that today. And play with clay. Yay! Oh, I'm rhyming. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. I did not mean to rhyme all in a row. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to dip in water and I'm just going to grab a blue. I am being drawn to this blue mark over here. So I'm just going to put that on the page. And this is just a great warm up for us just to loosen up. Now, as I say before, like I am wanting to do something comfortable and just use watercolor. But weirdly, I don't have a box. Normally, I like to make boxes. That's strange. Okay, so there's an orange mark, so I'm just going to put it there. And I am not going to be afraid to let them dance. So they're going to be dancing together. Then I'm going to do the yellow mark right here. Remember, this is a great thing to do again and to do with music. I know I say that all the time, but I really do mean it. Try it with music. Okay, so with the flat brush, it's just making me keep things square. It's very interesting in learning about Paul Klee and how he was very much into music. And I just love that. Like, music makes a huge difference in what he was doing, though, or has helped him with, his art, I'm sure. Somebody else shared with me, I think it was Patricia. Let me see. Who was it that shared? Said something about Mackey. Alexander Mackey, I think, is a friend of Paul Klee, and they traveled together, and you could see some of their works were very similar, which I thought was very interesting. Let's see, it's Patricia. Yep, Patricia shared that with me. And I also appreciate it when people email me links to the sorry, somebody asked about the link to the PDF. There you go. The links to certain things that you find about these artists too, very helpful. Okay, I'm just drawing the greenish box around. Mackie, I don't know if you watched the video, two of his friends that he used to paint with, Paul Klee, passed away during the war, which was, extremely sad. But yeah, it was very interesting videos. Oops, I did a red instead of a green. So I'll just go back and do that. And then there's a lot of, I feel like these are people, right? So I want to add some gray in the background. So I'm just going to do that real quick just to remind myself. And I'm just dabbing the brush. I'm trying out a new sketchbook. It's not really new. I've had it. I just forget that I have it, so I have to bring it out once in a while. All right. I'm going to I like how things are, like some of the lines that he has going on here. And I'm sorry, I have like a frog in my throat that's been there since last Friday, so my voice is kind of strange. And I'm just copying this green or this blue. I'm thinking it's a house. I love how he was just, you know, to me it feels like play. I that just resonates with me so much. He doesn't seem, he just gets his sketchbook or paper and just plays. I love these kinds of people where they're not really people. They're just, are they people? I don't know. Are these chairs? I don't know. It looks like, when I first looked at this, I thought it was just like an abstract painting. And then as I opened it up today and we're about to work on it, I was like, wait a minute. This is a building. And I didn't realize it until I just looked at it just now. It spoke to me because I really was like, wow, he is really loose, and I love his interpretation of whatever abstract thing he's doing. But now that I look at it, I feel like it's a building. He did do a lot of plein air painting. I'm just being washy now. I just took a smaller brush and I'm just moving it around. If you have any questions, please type them in the chat there. And like I said, this is just our warm up. And I'm almost kind of like bummed a little that my paint is drying so fast, because I kind of want to have more bleeding of the paints, but it's drying pretty fast here. I also didn't activate my paints as well, or not activate, but they're kind of dry-ish. All right. Just adding a little bit more. Okay, so keep going for a little bit. I'm just gonna grab a tissue. Okay, so mine's kind of blobby everywhere, but I don't mind it. I think I'm gonna take my oil pastel though, and I might just cheat a little bit and go on top of it with an oil pastel, because why not? Why not? I was going to try to just do watercolor, but sometimes I don't have the patience to wait for watercolor to dry. So I have to just add more. I think it's the Bauhaus that he was a teacher at. There's some books that I wanted to purchase about his teachings. I think it's like what he taught his students. So I thought that was very cool. Let's see. Did everybody get the link? I meant to send it to everyone, but for some reason it did a direct message. Here it is, just in case you need it. Okay. I accidentally sent it to Barbara. Sorry about that, Barbara. I meant to send it to everybody. All right. So let's see here. Let's see what else. Let's add some black up here. The oil pastel and the watercolor, I don't know. They have my heart. They just, it feels so good when I use them. I mean, look how tiny. And then it's a challenge when they kind of, make a mess, but I really don't mind. Did anybody else see that this was a building? Or is it just me? I didn't even realize that, but maybe it's not. I I was very surprised when I opened it. I'm like, wow, that's a building. Okay, so that's our first warm up. I'm going to unpin myself and let's see. Okay, Jean said yes. She saw it. They saw it. All right, let's hold up what you're working on. I would love to see if you can. Of course, it's hard. I always make you do this when your paints are super wet still. Okay, ooh, hold it up. Oh, that's so pretty. Francie, wow. Energy. Shelly, that's so beautiful. Margaret, I love the washiness. Catherine, Joy. What a joy, Joy. That looks great. Anna, Simran. Denise, yours is still really wet, but I love that it's maybe gonna drip. Hi, Sylvia. Beautiful, beautiful. Esther. Okay, hold it up and I'm going to take a picture. I'll try to remember to share it because I forgot last time, okay? So here we go. Oops, chicken nuggets. Let me try it again. Okay, here we go. Hold it up if you would like. And here goes. 1, 2, 3, click. Awesome. Thank you. Okay, we can move on. I saw Jackie here. Jackie, for those of you that are on the Facebook page, Jackie shared the portrait project and amazing portraits. So if you ever get a chance to look on the Facebook page, check that out. Thank you, Jackie, for sharing that. It made my day. I mean, like, amazing. Okay, I'm going to turn the page, but it's super wet, so I'm going to draw on the other side. What's on this side? I don't even... Okay, it's flowers. That's okay. This, I thought, this painting... you know what? I have to go like this. Bear with me, folks. Bear with me. Lori says, looks like Santa Fe. You're right, Lori. It does look like that. So what stands out to me here is like the washiness up here, and then all of a sudden it starts to represent houses. I don't know. Maybe somebody can share what they learned or what spoke to them. I know Jennifer said that they love the combination of cubism and children's art. I'm very inspired by children's art also. There's just so many amazing children's artists or illustrators out there. And Jessica said, I saw clouds, buildings, and people on the street. Oh, on the previous one, yeah. That's what I didn't see that at first until we just looked at it when we started working, which is, you know, you look at something for a long time and then you're like, wait a minute. Then it clicks. All right, so I want also, we're going to just do a part of it, or you could do the whole thing if you want. But what I really want to do is just look at his painting, and you don't have to copy it, but just kind of plot down the colors that are standing out to you and see if that makes something for you. What does that mean, Joy? Well, for example, this black mark is really standing out to me, so I'm going to make a black mark on the page, right? Just with my flat brush, because I haven't played with a flat brush in a really long time. What's next? So there's a peach building here, so I am going to actually put that next to the black mark. Close. I think it's Virginie said something about when she did a similar project, they used white wax crayon, which is great, or a wax pencil. I'm sorry if there is a glare. As you know, I don't know if you all are, those of you that are just joining us, my chandelier fell down from the ceiling here, and I'm having to change my lighting, and it might be affecting the art, so I'm sorry. All right, so the green. Oh, I love the fall colors. I think that's what is inspiring to me. It's the fall colors. So I'm putting the colors right next to each other. Some big squares, some little squares, just being inspired by how Paul Klee had placed the art. One of the things that I love too about Paul Klee and learning about him was the prolificness. Is that a word? He was so prolific. I feel like he just carried his supplies with him wherever he went and just took notes. Is that the teacher in him? Was that the teacher in him, you think? Where it just, he just wanted to note things down to be able to share with others. I don't know. That's one of the things. Oh, there's a piece of brush hair on that. All right, so just a few squares here and there. Some orange squares. Maybe your square turns a different way, or your flat brush. This is also a very extremely relaxing way to spend the day. Not the day, but like an evening. If you've had a pretty crazy evening, they're dancing. This paper from the sketchbook is very, it's supposed to be mixed media, but the paints are just sitting on top of it. But yeah, to just sit here and just be inspired by Paul Klee's work and just make little squares is very, very relaxing to me, especially after a long day. Long day of work or whatever you have done, maybe taking care of folks, whether it be kids or yourself. I mean, like it's sometimes Wednesdays are hard sometimes. Is everybody doing okay? All right, hopefully. I'm just adding a few more. I feel like time always goes by so fast when we do this. And I'm just now going wild and not even really looking at the painting and just adding squares that I like that in different places. So now we're kind of creating our own here, which is always the goal. Be inspired, but yet create your own. And if you want to do a house, do a house. Like, it's so cool, the triangular, maybe I'll use a color pencil. Like these houses. I always wonder what kind of supplies artists used with, it looks like he carried watercolors with him and pencil. I love the dark red on top of, it's almost like a brown on top of that peachy color. So I'm going to try to do the same. Only I accidentally picked brown. So I'll switch colors. Doesn't look like what he had there, but that's okay. I think it's the way I'm holding my paper too. It's just, we're getting wild waterfalls. Wild dancing. All right, so just kind of take a few minutes, add a few more squares. I'm switching to a round brush, small. I really, oh, there we go. I feel like I'm moving my camera so much. So maybe this is a great exercise to fill up a page. So later on, look at his other works. I'll show you a few while you're filling up your page. There is a Pinterest board there that you can click the link to. And this is the one that everybody remembers. And to me, this is really like, oh, my light, sorry. This really reminds me of the childlike play that I want to keep in my work, you know, just like there's a pink fish, there's this cool person that has maybe two faces, you know what I mean? Like, it's so interesting. So definitely look at the PDF. These I thought were just so cool. How is he able to do that? It's like a 3-dimensional effect. I thought maybe that would be a good thing to practice. It's the cubism. He was looking at a lot of Picasso. I mean, how fun is that? Take your color pencils and maybe do a little bit of that. It's already kind of looking like a fun little place here. Maybe we just put, let me see. Maybe I just go through and turn these into domes, you know? Like, it doesn't have to be exactly what we see. Now I just got inspired by another one of his paintings. Some things have circles. It reminds me of the weird worlds. Like, that's what it speaks to me. I love how some of them have leaves, kind of that motif. So you can do that too. If you're done a little bit early, you can start adding some of those things if you wish. I'll give you another few minutes, meaning like 2. Look at this one. I thought this one was really interesting too, just the line work. And doesn't this look like it would be very relaxing to do? Just to sit down and just, you know, create in this way. So I encourage you to definitely look at the Pinterest board that I shared. I mean, the varied artworks are just amazing. I'll keep adding to that. This was one of the last paintings he did before he passed away. And it's starting to be like even more abstract. But one of the things that he said too, which I thought was interesting, was he really wanted to, I'll talk for a little bit. I'll remove my pen. But like, he really wanted to find himself, and he didn't even start to really find himself or his hand, which is what we've been doing, just practicing every month. Like, well, some of you are practicing all the time and every day, but like coming together, practicing our handwriting, practicing trying to figure out who we are. And that's what he did. He would just go outside, paint, go with his friends. And I think and the one things I read, I think it was like in his 40s when he started to like really figure out what he wanted to do, or he was in search of trying to really find his way in his colorways. And at a certain point when it clicked for him, he was just super excited. And I thought that was really cool. So don't ever feel like it's late, or don't ever feel like, sometimes I feel that way, like I'm too late in the game. Like, why didn't I start art sooner? Like, why talk that way, right? But sometimes I get in my head like that. And you have to just remember, everybody is different and we're all in our own journeys, and to just enjoy it. All right. So we did those 2 things. We did a really loose interpretation, and then we did like a semi-loose, but like structured-ish, if that even makes sense, interpretation of his work. Now, I would like to do the same kind of things and try to take this first photo and kind of in the same vein do like almost like the square kind of things, and maybe be inspired by the colors of this flower, or maybe we even incorporate the flower into this painting. Does that even make sense? It seems like I said a lot. I know, I'm sorry, but we're gonna try, okay? It's a lot and it sounds daunting, but I feel like it's gonna be fun. We're just gonna try. We're gonna go for it. We're in a new time frame. We're only 7:05, so we're good. Okay, I'm gonna turn my page here. And first of all, what stands out to me here, I'm gonna try to do with my square brush, really the trees. So I'm just going to do the trees on the side here. And we're just gonna do what he did, just like lines. At least that's what I'm gonna do. It's up to you what you would like to do. I'm going to vary the colors of my greens. It's almost like layering right next to each other, which is really fun. As I was thinking of this exercise in my head, I was like, this is gonna be fun. And then as I am saying it to you out loud, it's sounding like an insane task. Have you ever had that where you're thinking about something and you're like, of course that makes sense. And then as you say it out loud, you're like, wait, what am I thinking? Why did I say that? That's what's happening to me right now. So I just want to say thank you for your patience with me. I appreciate it. All right. So what's standing out to me is the green and then the building, which because of the fall vibes, I feel like I'm not going to make it that same color. I think I'm going to make it purple. That's just what's speaking to me. Purple and maybe brown. A burnt sienna. And I'm just going to be kind of loose. You can follow me, or some of you, I just love your interpretation. Not some of you, all of you. So feel free to do it however you would like. Okay, so mine's dancing too much. So when that happens, I just take a paper towel and kind of dab a little bit. So I'm just doing this first part of the building in purple, and then the second part of the building in brown. And then I'm going to take my color pencil. I feel discombobulated because all of my supplies are not normally where I would have them. They're all over the floor right now. Because of the Great Fall. That is what we will call the chandelier falling down. Because of the Great Fall, everything is everywhere. I'm going to do windows. It's not going to look exact. That is never my goal. My goal is to just do an interpretation. Kind of think of it this way as like a kid's book. Maybe a kid's book would have some kind of cool drawing. Thank you, Lori. Yes, I'm very grateful that the Great Fall happened at 11 o'clock at night when my children were already in bed. One of them was asleep, did not even realize anything happened. So, and my dog was in another room. I was very glad that he was not in here when it happened, which I think, did he have a sense that something was going to happen? I don't know. People say that animals have that. So there's my building. Now, what about the flowers that I'm talking about? Well, I was thinking, ooh, if you want to, you can add people too. Remember how loose he was with the people? You can add that. I was thinking like taking some of these flowers and just kind of, it's almost like a collage, but on your paper with paint. So I was going to just add some flowers here. I don't know why. Let's see if it works, because that's just how my brain was working when I was planning for this class. I was just like, it'd be cool to get those two things to coexist on a page. That's supposed to be peach. That's turning a different color. Okay, some more green. I keep picking the same green, and I don't mean to. Purplish flowers. Right here. Is everybody doing okay? Yeah, it's so quiet, and I just want to make sure. Okay, everybody, thumbs up. Yes? Okay. Busy? All right. If you're busy, that's okay. I'm always like, I'm like in my head, am I talking too much? Is everybody all right? But as long as you're okay. All right. So now I'm going to take my little brush and I'm going to take a darker color and just kind of go along. And then there's like this shadow and orange. Oh, it's speaking to me. I don't know why. But I'm just going to do a line. Virginie, do you know Shirley Trevana? Your paintings make me think of her. You know what? I do. When I first, this was way back before I first started painting in watercolors. I think I did see one of her books at the library, and I took it out and I was just like, this is too scary. Like I could not even. This was back in maybe 2013. Like I very daunted by it. But I should look back. I should go to the library and find more of her books, because maybe online, right? I will look her up. Thank you, Virginie, for that reminder. So I am just doing the lines now, and then maybe I take some, well, I don't know if I want to do that. So that's the flowers at the bottom for now. Then I'm going to go back up to my building. Am I going too fast? Please don't feel like you have to go as fast as me. I am just like, you know me, flying to different realms and just trying different things. So I am impatient and can't stay in one spot. I have to jump around. This makes me want to go to a warm spot, like to travel. Okay, so now I'm going to do the sky, which I'm just going to do it in blocks again. Ooh, I just got an idea. Maybe the blocks would be like how Paul Klee did his sky right here. Just like laying down the different colors right next to each other. Did anybody get a chance to see the Northern Lights at all? They were around here in New York a few times, upstate, and I was trying so hard to see them, but it would show up like at midnight or at 1 o'clock, and I was out. And my sister-in-law was able to see them, but one day they showed up at 5, and I saw like the most beautiful pink skies, like gorgeous, in between gray clouds. Margaret said they were beautiful here in Michigan. Oh, I hope you got some pictures. And then there's that comet that's falling down. Is it still falling down? I don't know if it reached. It was I can't remember the name of it, but my sky's kind of looking crazy here, but that's okay. So what I'm gonna do after this, just blocking some sky down. I don't know if I like that, but that's okay. Sometimes I put it down and I don't like it, then I come back and I'm like, oh, actually I didn't mind that. So now I'm gonna take my pen or my round brush and I'm just gonna make marks for the tree trunks because there's so many of them. Okay, some tree trunks, but you don't have to do tree trunks if you don't want to. It just kind of reminded me of this right here. You know how he had like little marks on different places? Okay, what else can we add here? I feel like maybe blue windows. And I'm just, I'm not adding all the windows right now, but I will. Not all, but you know what I mean. I'll add them slowly. Just things are dancing everywhere. And then maybe I will use my color pencil again to, while things are drying, to bring out the flower. Okay, just bringing the sketches. Oh, Francie, till the end of October. Okay, so maybe I can still see the comet. I was really sad that maybe I missed it. So maybe there's a chance. Do you remember the name of it, Francie? Because it had like a cool name and I can't remember what the name of it is. It's something like, it sounded very North Polish, the name, but I can't remember. So if anybody knows, let me know. Does anybody know if we can see it here in New York? Because that would be amazing. I'm just going back and doing the trees. And I feel like my trees are too square. So I'm going to take some shadow green and just kind of go through and maybe make them more tree-like by quickly adding some, not total tree marks, but like a little bit, like tree vibes. Okay, there it is. I don't know how to say that. Tashishin Atlas. Yes, that's the one. You know which one we're talking about, right? The one that's falling right now. Okay, so now I'm going back and I don't know. I feel like I want to add the flowers up here. Just to, is yours working? Is your experiment working with the flowers, incorporating it with the building? This is the first time I've ever done this, but I just thought maybe it would be fun to try. You know, like putting the two things together that normally wouldn't be. I mean, I guess it would be if you're walking around and there's a garden. I just thought it would be fun and a great challenge. Okay, I'm going back to the building. And those of you that are joining us for the first time, I jump around all the time, so don't feel like you have to follow exactly what I'm doing. Okay, Sylvia said, not sure my flowers work. That's okay. You can, thank you, by the way. That's okay. You can try it again or don't incorporate the flowers for your next one. There you go, Sylvia. I gave you homework. You're sharing and then I'm like giving you homework. Sorry about that. All right, so this is a Stabilo pencil and it is a wonderful pencil. I love using it because I like to use it wet and it gives a texture. I'll zoom in. It kind of, I don't know, it spreads. It's a good spreading pencil. I'm just adding some more of these. Windows. I recently took the kids, well, we went on a little family trip to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania on a food tour. Well, I call it a food tour. We really just walked from one place and then we would walk somewhere else and eat, walk somewhere else and eat. Does that count as a food tour? I don't know. But we tried the Reading Market. I think that's the name of it. And if you've ever been, if you've never been, it's a great place to try. And we tried the banana pudding. Was delicious. Absolutely delicious. All right, so just putting these two together. I don't know that my building is exactly how I'm envisioning it to be, but that's okay. I kind of like, here's what I like. I like the lower part of this. The upper part, I'm still kind of getting used to. I think I made the yellow too yellow. I don't know. I might have to come back to it. Maybe it needs like other lines. Did that help? I don't know. All right, so I'm just slowly adding more blue at the top. It's a different way of working for me to do like the little squares, so that's why I'm challenging myself to keep doing that. But maybe this week I'll do some more of this because it's strangely relaxing to just, like I said, put a piece of color next to another color. I'm liking the feeling of that, and it feels very good. I'm gonna add some gray, going back to the flower. I'm trying not to look at my building because I don't know if I like it, but that's okay. I'm going to focus on the lower half of my painting. Let's see. What do I want to add? Some flower over here. So yeah, just for homework, because we're at 7:22, I just want to tell you, try to find a picture. If you have a picture of a building or like a city scene, some of you have traveled into like some amazing places, and maybe try to incorporate that Paul Klee vibe where everything's like a square or a triangle. Just really thinking of it in this way. I just love how the houses are stacked on top of houses. It's just so cool. And how the watercolors are just going everywhere. That's what I was kind of hoping for here. But it's not working exactly how I would like, but we must keep moving forward. I think what it is I may not have, I don't know, I feel like there's too much white space for mine. But it's just fun to experiment no matter what. So I hope, I just want to say thank you before I look at everybody's work here for coming at 6:30. I hope this was okay. Like I said, it's just one of those things where times I just had to change. And thank you so much for actually coming to hang out with me, even though the time is not the norm. So thank you for that. Does that feel better to me? I don't know. I think putting actual window marks felt a little bit better. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so I'm going to stop right there. But I want to see how you are doing. Let's see. Okay, so I know I spoke a lot. Sometimes I'm like doing this and I'm saying, is everybody okay? Am I talking too much? Are you hearing too much of my voice? But anyway, homework. Try to see if you can find the same kind of thing, like buildings or a city scene or something like that, and just do the very calm laying colors right next to each other kind of look to see if you like that. It's almost like the different colors are vibrating next to each other. So I hope that made sense. I hope what I'm saying made sense. All right, so Jackie says, we love you, Joy, just be you, and we'll follow along. Thank you. I appreciate that. I really, really do. All right, let's see here. I am going to remove myself pinned. Those of you on, let's see here, YouTube, this is the time where we just kind of hang out and just look at everybody's work. And this, I want to see what you did. Let's see. Trying to be a chill. Oh, good. Maitri. Oh, did I say that? I know you say that. You like it when I say that, but I don't know if I'm saying that right. Let's see here. Can you hold it up? I'm going to zoom. I'm going to take a picture, and then we're gonna say goodbye to the folks in YouTube. And then we're just going to hang out, and I'm going to pin people's to see everyone's. And you don't have to stay for this, but you can if you want to. Okay, so let's hold it up if you wish. I'm going to take a picture. Okay, here we go. I'm taking it now. 1, 2, 3, click. Oh, beautiful smiles. Beautiful. Okay. Oh my goodness, Marcy, that is gorgeous. Okay, hang on. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm going to say goodbye to the folks in YouTube. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. And we will see you later. And